Hello, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey and Happy New Year. I hope you guys had a great Christmas season, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever, but a great New Year. And I had the backdrop today look kind of like a schematic or a blueprint or like an architectural design because this is about what we're building and what we're moving towards in January. And you know what some of your breakthroughs are going to be, what you're going to experience, because this is, let's try to set some good precedents here, right? We're going to start as we mean to go on. And you know, we're all having dreams, and I really hope that we're all brave enough to follow it. I hope not only that you follow it, but you chase after it, that you sprint towards it with passion and fire and fighting spirit. You're strong enough, you're capable enough, you have what it takes. The only question is, do you have a few tiny moments of bravery to say, yes, I had to do this for myself and my new vocation in life. Before, I just left little fragments and moments for me to do my readings and my jewelry. And finally I said, why am I doing this? Why am I working this 9 to 5 that doesn't serve me in any way and I'm taking advantage of? And I say yes, and I'm tired, and it doesn't even really use my best skill sets. And I was like, exactly, why are you? And once I recognized that, I had a few moments of bravery where I said, angels and spirits, if this or that occurs, that is a true sign that I no longer believe here and I should just pursue my dreams wholeheartedly. Those exact things happen for me. So ask your angels to help you, because we're not going for perfection, you guys. I mean, we don't have to have it all together. You don't even have to have it somewhat together. It's time to let go of all the images right now of how we thought we're supposed to be living, because nobody's life is perfect. Nobody has it all figured out. No one's kitchen is perfectly clean. We weren't meant to chase perfect. We're meant to chase real. We're meant to chase the messy, because that's how we make time for the wonderful. We don't have to aim for perfect anymore. We're meant for so much more. And when we add perfectionism, we then start displaying a lot of obstructionary behavior, because we know it's so hard to achieve that then we'll procrastinate and then we won't even start. So this is just about digging in, getting your format, your schematic, your backdrop. What do you want? And identifying what that is, right? Because nobody here is ordinary. None of us are. We're all incredible, wild miracles. And we hold dreams and ideas and wishes inside of us that nobody's ever thought of. And the world really, really needs. You are made of stardust and oceans and cosmos. So let yourself stray away from normal right now and just move into whatever you feel. And I feel like January and this new 2020 Aquarian energy is going to provide you with that beautiful gusto that lets you go, solve, see, find out, feel, and not be afraid anymore. So we're going to have 3 choices to start with. We have the 3 of Keys, which is the chess game. Number 10, which is the light of the world. And number 8, paths unknown. I love things that are unknown. I'm mutable fire, so I love to go and figure out and change. And I like quicksand footing. I like to just find out and go and experience. But what happens with me too is if I really like something, I like to work in that pattern, and sometimes I have to break free of that. Like I love to create, and sometimes I'll get on my computer and just create all these colors and ideas and formulates, but I have to then put them into action, and that's what you're going to learn how to do, right? We can always have the structure and format, but then we have to move forward and gain momentum towards whatever it is we want. Now we're going to see what's coming for you, whether it's in love, career, where all the big, changes are going to happen, where we're going to make a difference, because you make an impact on the world around you every single day, whether it's how you treat like a tired grocery cloak or how you react to a rushed person who cut you off. We always send our energy into the world. And we need to realize that we do impact others, and we always want to impact each other in a positive way to make the best and biggest difference, right? So we're going to see what's going on. For number 1, we are going to see what's happening. And again, I want to start by saying thank you to all you guys for your love and support, your beautiful comments. Come on over to my Instagram. I'm running a contest over there, SparkWest11, for free readings. I'm doing all kinds of stuff this week now that I've cleared my main heavy schedule and Christmas is over. I want to give back to you guys. So I'm going to be doing some contests. So come see me over there. Now, integrity. So this is where you're going to hold strong your values, what's important to you. You're not going to give in. You're not going to undercut or undervalue anybody or anything or you or your dreams or your hopes or your passions. You know what it is to really make obstructions for yourself by, having fear or thinking, oh, this is going to be too much, or I'm going to have to do anything that isn't aligned with you. And as soon as you feel that, coordinate and make that change and make that turn away from what you feel isn't working for you. There are some people, places, and things that we simply outgrow and really aren't to our benefit anymore. And we're going to start to recognize that. Everything is going to be very transparent right away. And sometimes it's shocking. You're like, wow, I put up with some really low vibrational people and their behaviors, and all of a sudden your boundaries are firmly going to be in place, whether it's family members taking advantage. Will you watch my children? Will you drive me here? Whatever it is, monetarily, your boundaries are coming up because you are no longer going to let people behave towards you in a way you wouldn't behave towards them. And I feel like you have high standards, so that just wouldn't happen. And be fearless. Like we were saying before, reach for the stars, charge in. Remember, you're this beautiful star. Your purpose is not to compare your light or brightness to any other person. Your purpose is not to change who you are or what you're made of. Your purpose is to shine your light as bright and beautiful as only you can. Your purpose is to celebrate the light of other stars while celebrating your own too. Your uniqueness is going to have a very beautiful impact on the world. So be fearless, go out there, sing that song, go to that audition, create that wonderful piece of magic and offering to the world. And I have people right now that are connecting with me, go, oh, Melanie, how did you start on YouTube? I always had all these ideas and theories, and I'd love to do it as well. I just want to offer my recommendation right now to go on YouTube and just punch that in, how to start a YouTube channel, because where I do know I can provide a lot of really good sound information, I'm not a technological person. I'm not like really good with all of this, and I had to refer to Ian for microphones, all of that, and there are experts on YouTube that really lay it down very simply. So all you would have to do is do that, because a lot of you do have really great cooking ideas, dietary, artistic, whatever it is, comedic. Get out there and do it. Be fearless, because I feel like now is your time to just go out, exercise what you want to do. And you also have the diversity card. So I feel like you have certain gifts within you that haven't even come to the forefront yet. Maybe you can divine some things in a very unique way, because I do feel like a lot of you, intuition kept popping into my head. I feel like you do kind of have a healthy detachment from other people to a degree where you could pinpoint with some accuracy, some great information, like kind of counseling information, really good kind of relationship expertise, things like that. So you're going to find a lot of diversity in your near future and be like, wow, I didn't even know I had that skill set. And you tap into it. And part of this is this lightning bolt moment where you slow down and you pause for a moment and you get this huge aha moment, this kind of meditative nudge that says, you know what? If you tried this, you would really like it. And you just kind of dip your toe in the water, and all of a sudden you're like, wow, you feel an instant attraction to this particular skill or diversification that you hadn't tried before. It can be anything: languages, piano, decorating, like sculpting, any little thing. But all of a sudden, you're kind of curious about it, but then it takes off and you really are magnificent at some things that you never even really thought were in your wheelhouse. And that's really wonderful. Another thing too, I feel like you're going to kind of circulate in different friendship groups and different cultures and have a lot of fun, because you're kind of drawing in your kindred spirits. A lot of you guys are drawing in your soulmates. And in this diversification, what happens is you expand, you learn more, you get excited about cultures. Like I have to say, when I went to the Met a couple of days ago, that I'm so mellow but so excited at the same time, because when I'm looking at a piece of art, especially like I love the Dutch masters, the old Dutch masters, and I can just stare and I feel so quiet and so mellow that I feel like I'm inside the painting and I love it so much. But I get so excited that something like that is out there in the world that has been around for hundreds and hundreds of years, yet hundreds of thousands and millions of people still adore and want to go see it. It has this magic, it has this beauty, purpose, and function to it that is otherworldly. So you're going to be running into that, the real magic of things. You really touched into it, and a lot of you guys already feel that kind of spiritual elevation where you're seeing things right before they happen. You know what people are saying. You're seeing bumper stickers and license plates that are evocative of what you're looking for, and it's freaking you out because it's like that beautiful schematic leading the way to your dreams and highlighting it. So really, I feel like your strength is going to be fearlessness, saying yes where you wouldn't have said yes before, getting out of your comfort zone, wanting to learn, wanting to diversify, want to see new people, places, and things, and really bring more color to your life. I mean, you're tired of the same old, same old. I feel like you really want to stretch your wings and fly, and you're going to have beautiful variety and fun and a really good time doing this, as well as being able to always maintain your sense of self and what you want, and being cheerful, fearless, fun, and people are going to want you around. Do the fact that you're true to your word. You say what you're going to do. You put soul into things. People are happy because I feel like you also elevate the mood in the room too, and you help people with their growth too, because everything works out exactly how and when it's supposed to, right? Regardless of how and when we may want it to, it's going to, and we have faith in the journey and we live it quietly and calmly, beautiful things occur, and you're going to have that kind of mindset, and you're going to be way ahead. You're always going to be ready in the forefront of this game of life and be ready for whatever comes your way, and you're going to be fortified and protected and feeling great. So beautiful energy, group one. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. Happy New Year. Now we're on to number 2, the light of the world. Right away, I feel like if you chose this, we can all pull this to us at any given time. The light that we get from spirit, the light that we see in a beautiful gesture that somebody does for somebody else, the light we see, when our kids smile at us or we laugh. Like, I love a big stomach laugh. Afterward, you feel almost dizzy. You feel so happy. You feel optimistic. You know that in any glimpse, we can change our focus, right? So 1 minute, if we stub our toe, we're like, oh, and we feel the pain, we can quickly divert our own attention to what is beautiful, happy, light, and healing in the world. I do this all the time because when I wake up, sometimes I'm like, oh, it's going to take me a while to wake up, and then I'll feel little aches and pains. Right away, I have gratitude for everything. I'm like, you're so lucky, first of all, that you have all 5 senses so you can experience this. And then I just go from there, and it catapults me into seeing the light of the world. And I feel like that's going to be one of your greatest gifts in January, that you're always going to see the silver lining. Your positive reinforcement of yourself, the way you talk to yourself and to others, is going to make you this healing beacon of light for people. Because what happens is, right when we move into the new year, everybody has all these great optimistic ideas of what they want to become, all their resolutions and everything. And the only thing that can kind of derail that is impatience for it. If it hasn't happened right away, that love, that perfect body, whatever they're planning of, they start sliding down that mountain into, a little morose. But I feel like you're going to be very helpful and galvanize people back on the right track, because I find that is the biggest impediment lots of times to goals, is impatient. Oh, I should have lost this amount of weight by now. I should have this language down by now. I should be able to build a snowman by now, whatever it is. You've seen that with children, right, too. They build one sandcastle, it caves in, no big deal. The second one, that sets them off the deep end and they never want to try it again. We need to, as cognizant adults, say everything is not handed to us, and nothing that comes with ease is ever respected as much as something that comes with a little bit of hard work and determination. I know that for sure. I remember when I first started making jewelry, for whatever reason, I couldn't get the clasps on to stay the right way, and I wouldn't do the cinches hard enough, so all the wiring would slide through after I had a fully beaded unit, and everything would fly over. So, I had to realize not to press too hard and not to damage it. There's just a right thing. So when I finally got that down, I was so proud of the fact that I could have something that fit very comfortably, that was strong and would last a lifetime. But oh my gosh, did it drive me up the wall? And you're going to go through those little trials and tribulations, but you're also going to be able to learn patience, love, and that you're a conduit for light, and to refocus yourself and others whenever it's necessary. This new chapter, you've turned this page, you have this new understanding that, listen, when I'm calm and collected and I use great dialogue to myself and I let myself know how worthy I am, and then I'm going through growth, I can pause for a minute, I can slow down and chill out a little bit, get away from those long task lists that we do for each other. Allow ourselves to do things that bring us joy, brightness, happiness, cooking, whatever it is, instead of all of this to do. We are consistently doing this. Our ego is always going, yeah, you have to accomplish. And see, why do people say I'm so busy? I'm like, forget about busy. I don't want to be busy. I want to be effective. I want to do a few things and do them very well, instead of do a lot of things and do them shoddily and have stuff all over the place, right? So that's your new chapter. Calm, cool, collected, and doing a few things, doing them well. Cherishing and savoring that time. You're no longer into just trying to obliterate all these tasks that are sometimes pretty meaningless. I do them as well. Like, I'll see something, I'll go, oh, by the way, and everything I see goes into like this kind of list in my head, and I start writing it down. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Why would you even attempt to do all that in one day? Not only does one of these things not have to do with the other 10, it would pull you all over the place. It's like one of those things, if you had to stop at 5 stores, wouldn't you do them all in a line? You wouldn't go to the furthest store and then go to the other furthest store, pop in the middle, right? So it's like, what do you feel like doing? That's where you've got to get it in your mood circuitry too, and you're going to learn to do that really beautifully. Like, yeah, I'm in in the mood for doing that cleaning. I want to play some good music, groove out and do that. I want to go grocery shopping. I feel like putting together a great menu plan and having fun with that. That's your new chapter. You're really squeezing joy out of what would normally be thought of as a task or a hardship. And a celestial teacher, you are not only that for quite a few people, but you're going to be reaching for higher aspects of spirituality and how to ground yourself and balance yourself. I continually search out new readers, speakers, enlightened people all the time, because I was just listening to somebody too. There are a lot of people out there that aren't quite ripe with their knowledge, and, like false prophets, and they have strange notions, and, a lot of them, and they're not doing it to be harmful. However, I concur with another reader that was talking about this, is that some people get very excited about something and they get a little bit of knowledge and they just kind of run with it, but they're not informed well enough to be able to be spreading these messages, and people are very impressionable. So people do really need to be careful. If you're ever watching a reader or a speaker and something it seems a little off, or it seems uncharacteristic of something you do or say, not everybody that's out there that has information has the correct information or the information that's good for you or resonates with you. Deep down, I feel like you'll know intuitively. There are certain readers I listen to every day. I cherish them. They know what they're about because they really care for the greater good. And I have to align with myself every day. I said, I don't touch a card, equipment, or anything unless I'm feeling that divine love and mood, and never when I'm in a hurry, never if I feel on edge or unwell, because it carries through. Messages are contagious. The power of suggestion is contagious. So when you're watching something, if you all of a sudden feel off, or you feel something is translating and somebody is mirroring a bad behavior or something that's on there, or feels complaint ridden or something negative in anything, just turn it off and come back at another time, because what you bring into yourself and what you allow into your mindscape, heartscape, and spiritual space should be really pure. It should be well intended. That speaker or person that you're reading should have pure intent for everybody's welfare, and you'll know that intuitively. And I think you'll be coordinating with the right celestial teachers, because I feel like you yourself are meant to help people in a very beautiful way too. Now, this is great too. You're going to have a great sense of balance. I feel like this comes within your work and family balance. Then one won't go a little too far. You're learning that, we are here to really squeeze some joy and love in life. And what brings us more than that, right, than our family. And also, if we have a special calling in life, that our artistry, our creativity, all of that we get a lovely balance, and we don't go too far in one direction, so one feels neglected or overlooked, right? You're going to have a lovely sense of balance, and your family is going to be very appreciative and on track. I feel like your financials are going to start to get on track. You're going to be able to budget really well, pay off any debts, things that are going on there, on track with what you're trying to make adjustments with. If some of you are looking for new homes, you're going to be on track with that, looking at real estate, getting those things, buying a car, these big purchases, switching classes, acquiring whatever you need to develop to your next stage. You're on track, again, because you're simplifying and not overwhelming. That's what I love about this age of Aquarius. It brings in simplification, which means, yes, we can diversify, but we don't have to go bananas. We're simplifying with all the things that no longer deserve our attention, love, or focus, because they don't benefit us really in any way, spiritually, mentally, or whatever. And now we can see that with a lot of transparency. So we release it. So we're on track with what does matter and where we're supposed to go in a great communication. Oh, and I love this. So community too. So this is about you really being able to tuck in and meet cool little groups and kindred spirits, feeling a sense of community, feeling that neighborly love, whether it's with other students, teachers, people you work with, just people around you. You're going to feel that sense of slowing down, putting your head up, really focusing on people's faces. Because I feel like with this spiritual upgrade you're receiving, you do want to connect, you do want to be helpful, you do want to feel part of this beautiful, human structure, and you're doing it beautifully. I feel like you have this effervescence and healing and beauty about you that people want to get next to. And sometimes I felt like you just thought that was a little like odd or heavy or demanding, and now you're like, hey, I can give as much or as little as I want. And you're now propelled more into a more graceful social atmosphere where you don't feel obligated, but you feel like it's a nice time. So I love that energy for you, group 2. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. My name's Melanie, and all my links are down below. This is really important, and you'll just feel well rested. It is a new chapter. You've decided and you're taking appropriate steps. and it's really a meaningful new direction, and you're on track. So, be proud of yourself and listen to people that uplift you and make you feel good and make you feel worthy, and you speak those same truths to other people and let them know, that the world can be harsh, but if you get somebody who really listens and cares, it makes a huge difference. So beautiful, beautiful energy, group 2. Love that for you. Again, all my links are down below if you guys need any information. Now we're on to number 3, paths unknown. I'm trying to make this really clear because I did have one commenter that said, I couldn't tell what card you want at certain times. So now we're on to paths unknown. I feel like you guys are going to be moving in different directions. And again, another diversification in work. A lot of you are moving to different places. You're looking for new places of work, of living. What happens when these new years are ushered in and we start to think about resolutions? We're also thinking about personal change, habitual change, all kinds of things like that, whatever is going to bring us to a clearer, more... it's almost like we don't want any more things that are distracting and derailing us. So we're willing to just go try something entirely new and give it our utter focus and see if it is for us. That we do want change, because change is growth. It is new perspective. It's new ideas. It's like when you go live abroad for a while and you see an entirely different culture and it's so rich and interesting. Like when we stayed in Holland, I just love the Dutch culture. I feel like they're one of the healthiest, most robust, grounded, earthy people. Everybody, they ride bikes everywhere. They work with their hands. They're just very simplistic people in a very beautiful kind of way, very natural, and it was a wonderful atmosphere, and it did make me at that time think very differently about life. And I feel like that's what's going to be going on for you, and you're cherishing that, and you're also knowing that you have way more choices than you ever thought you had. Sometimes what happens is we get in these strange little like grooves, and we think, okay, well, I've always done this, so now this is my job, or I've always said this, so that's how I act, or I've always eaten this, so that's my kind of diet. No, at any given time you can pivot and change and have whatever you want. All you have to do is be clear with what you want, overcome fears of rejection. We don't dwell on our mistakes. We stop self-doubt. We communicate what we want. Most of all, it's like you're trying to have a really great, meaningful life. So what is that? You want to identify what that is, because right now I feel like you're going to really realize inside your workplace, well, maybe that isn't really the area I want to be, or the classes you're taking. I want to expand and try something new. You really are realizing you do have the choices. It's your life. You're no longer caring so much what everybody else thinks or sees your life as, or what they think your purpose should be, because it's all about you. It ends and begins with you. And when we decide that we want to grow, everything is going to work out how and when it is supposed to. Always usually much better than we think, because Spirit always has a little more magic in the plan than we could even kind of dream of, right? So all these nice, beautiful things come to us. But we do have to surrender with the flow and how it arrives, right? If any of you are familiar with Abraham, her teachings are consistently that there is always a plan, and we don't need to force anything. When we go with the flow and we surrender and we know great things are coming and we have gratitude, they show up. It shows up. Now, I love this. So setting your course, I feel like you do have some really good, rich, awesome ideas of how you see your immediate as well as your long-term future. So what you're doing is you're making these kind of plans. Okay, I would like, to go in the spring. I would like to go to Ireland, or I would like to go see some islands of the Galapagos or Canada or somewhere beautiful. So you're start to plan economically, this and that. You're setting your course. You know where you want to go. A lot of you guys have a lot of soulmates coming in, so you want to be able to keep that vibration high as well. You want that envisionment process. You want to feel them, feel the love, what it would be like, envision their physical and mental states, all of that. Keep doing that as well. Some of you guys, you are thinking of starting your own businesses, and you're setting your course with that. Financially, what would that look like? Time-wise, what else do I want to diversify in that I can incorporate? What are my natural strong skill sets? Do I want anybody else on board? Do I want to partner up? You're really setting your course now. And I feel like New Year's is kind of that wake-up call, because everybody's making resolutions, right? A lot of you guys really want to streamline your diet and take care of things. There's so many issues now with people with their gallbladder, with kidney, with their livers, everything, fat overload, salt, sugars, and all of this. And people are really trying to really, really have a impactful change on their diet for long-term health. It really is it's what we put in our body is fuel. I mean, we're not going to put sand or garbage in our Mercedes gas tanks, right? Why are we doing that to ourselves? Sometimes there's the writing is so long on certain labels, I can't even pronounce it. And when it gets like that, we know those are chemicals, right? I'm not going to do that anymore. Again, I feel compelled to take this corner card. Ooh, the Queen of Scrolls. I feel like you're going to be informing yourself really beautifully for what you need. I feel like as well as YouTube and other speakers, spiritual speakers, teachers, all of that, that you're really going to hone in onto a few certain teachers and listeners that are going to help you in this kind of celestial sphere and how to really encompass some of those teachings into your life. I have to do this daily and remind myself I listen to the most peaceful, helpful people out there for myself as well, because my mind thinks very quickly and I do want to acquire and do a lot for others. So sometimes in my patience of doing that, I realize I need to breathe deeply. I need to slow down. I need to, focus on certain things. And these other readers, speakers, and experts help me as well. So I feel like you're going to really channel in and find some beautiful words of wisdom that help me, help you, help me, help others, and write it down. And by writing these things down, you're going to be able to kind of govern your emotional, what could be an emotional mood swing. Sometimes there'll always be people out there that trigger us. There'll always be people that, want to implement a little chaos because they don't necessarily want to see others succeed. Anybody who's hurting just wants hurt. It's unfortunate, but it's true. But no longer are they going to derail you because you're going to have your focus on recognizing that. It's uber transparent to you now. Listen, this hurt, jealous, envious person or whatever just wants to bring people to their level. However, your light is shining so bright you don't see it anymore. You don't care for that behavior. The Queen of Scrolls is about pulling in all the information from all the four corners of the world that are helpful. Anything that's encouraging, anything that's lightening, anything for growth, anything to perfect, how they do things, learning new things, the outlook, the perspective, all the big measured steps that let us know that energetically we're all connected and we're all one unit to help heal and grow with one another. So if somebody else isn't on board or not awake with that right now, you just don't have time for it, and you're definitely not going to engage because you're far beyond that. And I feel like you're in this new stage. You really want to acquire this wisdom, this peace of mind, this calmness, because it's so healing on every level. Every time I discover a new thing and I slow down, like I think it was yesterday. Normally I have one ear that starts ringing when I'm channeling. I'm clairaudient, so it's no big deal. It happens all the time. Yesterday, something miraculous happened. My second ear, the ringing was so loud. It was almost like how you'd imagine if like a mini grenade went off and your ears were ringing. However, this time it sounded different. It didn't just sound like ringing. It sounded like singing, but it was words. And it was like the first time I started translating like that. And it was very unique. And I was freaking out because of course it was New Year's Eve and I was like, what's going on? Because you guys know, those of you that experience certain things, sometimes it's so far off the grid of normal that you're like, oh, I'm not even telling anybody about this, right? Like, yeah, I'm not going to bring this up, perhaps, with another, light worker, but even then you're like, sometimes it's inexplicable, and you're going to have some of those things happen to you, and don't be afraid. And you can always come DM me too. Do you know anything about this particular thing? There's some really great people out there I can refer to that understand the interpretation of all different kinds of signs, whether it's animals, sounds, signals, numbers, all of that. It's like, I'm pretty informed on that, but there are some stuff that's really kind of out there that I don't usually experience, but other people have, and I'm always happy to seek those out and help you guys with that, because this being the age of Aquarius and everybody being uplifted, uprooted out of this heavy 3D energy into this beautiful kind of collective and understanding. Some pretty unique and cool stuff's going to happen, and you're going to want information, and you're going to be able to find it. Not only that, you're going to be able to relay it and be helpful to others, group 3. So that's really beautiful. So love and light to you. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below if you need a private read. If you want any information too on my Stonehenge reading that I'm doing, it's just over a month too, just email me and I will provide you with information for that. And again, you guys, thank you for all your love and support, and Happy New Year.